didn't have a job or anything, but then you found a job and like slowly you started getting your shit back together.
Back together.
And
my grandpa got sick. He started getting sick. That's when he started getting sick.
Yeah, we were hanging out with him too.
I'm not sure if you remember, but that was my first trip to Dominican Republic with you.
I remember.
You remember?
Is that when you cracked the bottle over my head?
No. No, that was way after that. No. When did you move to New York?
That's when like things started, like our relationship kind of really like was tested. And I am a lot like my mother. Like I go from 0 to 60 really fast. I get that from her. I am my mother's son, you know. And that eventually led to the big fight.
So, you know, shit like that. Like, I'm trying to, things that we went through or I went through that nobody knows of, you know.
I didn't even know that. I never even knew that.
And you know, when you and I got into the fight that I moved to New York, on the car ride there, I started mourning her death.
Why?
I knew there was no going back. And I knew that I had to start then so that when the time comes, I'll be okay.
Oh,
I just want you to know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I never knew that. I never ever knew that.
Yeah.
Imagina. And I can't even like, Mom.
I know.
You know,
that's
because
the fucked up thing about it.
Yeah.
Not really, you know, but for her, it's probably a saving grace. She doesn't have to relive all that pain. But
I am shaking.
Yeah, there's some points in my life that changed me. Everything happens for a reason or whatever. But
one night we went out. I had just bought like this little $300 car. And we went out, and time, you know, it was like last call, and it was time for us to go. And she was like, "No, you go ahead. I'm gonna leave with this guy." I was like, "No, you're not," because I've always felt like I had to take care of her. Like I always felt like I had to be the parent, and I was like, "No, you're not." And I don't know. I ended up leaving, and I waited for her. When she came home, I blew the fuck up on her, and it was ugly. Like we got into a physical fight. In April of 2005, and I packed up whatever I could, got in my car that had no gas, I had no money, and I just drove to New York.
Uno no sabe el daño que uno hace. Uno no sabe el daño que uno hace hasta que and I didn't see it. At the time I couldn't even feel it. Even if you would have told me then.
I was really angry when we lived there in Lawton Place. I was really angry.
And when I tell my mom that certain things have changed me, having to move to New York under the circumstances that I did, that was one of them. But that was not a good time. You know, for the year that followed, I want to say it was bad, you know. Like, luckily, I didn't have no job, I didn't have no money, I didn't have anything. Luckily, my partner at the time, you know, worked at a restaurant, so we always had food, and, you know, he did what he could, and then eventually I found a part-time job. But that year after I moved to New York was really, really rough. But I refused to go. Like, once I left, I was not going back. I was not going back.